Today I am comparing the Drip Easy Rest Easy and the all-new ChefsTemp FinalRest BBQ Blankets. Now, before you ask, this is not the temperature test. Today we're looking strictly at build quality, materials, and first impressions. The real performance test will come later. I've had quite a few people ask me about these two products, and just pulling them out of the package, immediately you notice some differences. Today we're going to take a look at everything that you can actually see and feel before you spend your money. So both of these are almost the exact same dimensions. They both zip, open and close. They both start in the corner. And they both open up large enough to hold larger cuts, such as Boston butts and briskets. They both are insulated, very shiny, but once you get your hands on them, you start to notice some differences. As far as the first thing that you're gonna get your hands on is concerned, is the outside. The outside of the Rest Easy blanket, it's got a little bit more of a flimsy type of a feel. This is a stitched, I believe, nylon material. I mean, it is a woven, heavy duty, and it feels very substantial. The zippers on these are similar, but still different. You can see a nice solid zip, and then you have a layer here of rubber that as you zip it up, it closes up behind the zipper. And so you've got it open, you go to close it, and you've got a nice tight seal here. So an extra added layer of insulation on the zipper. With the Drip Easy, it's a little bit easier to zip. It's definitely lighter, a little easier to pull, but you don't get that extra layer of insulation. So that's one thing to consider. Weight-wise, you know, I think you're probably grasping at straws if you're trying to pick a big difference. Probably, you know, maybe an ounce difference in weight. And so very similar. Flexibility. You're gonna get one, maybe two folds out of this. So you could fold it twice and store it, you know, maybe wrap a rubber band around it if you wanted to, store it that way, or just leave it flat or completely flat. The Rest Easy is a little bit more flexible. You're not gonna have as much trouble finding somewhere to stick this. So it's got that going for it. As far as looks are concerned, just looking at the outsides, I think they're both, you know, solid looking products. You know, I don't think that's really what you're shopping for anyway, but if you are looking at them, you know, I think that's pretty much per person. I think everybody's gonna have their own take on what they like as far as looks are concerned. They both have a little ring here that you can hang it on if you wanted to hang it. I like the placement of the ChefsTemp FinalRest a little bit better. Now that we've taken a look at everything that's on the outside, let's get into what really matters, what's on the inside. Getting started with the Drip Easy blanket, I'm gonna open it up all the way, and it allows easily, you can see, you just slide a brisket in there, slide a pork butt in there, no problem. It's got this foil type insulation material that is gonna allow for easy cleanup. I've had juices run out into it in previous cooks, and you know, you just take a Clorox wipe or something like that, wipe it up, comes clean pretty easy. But you can see, pretty wide space, good bit of space there. And you can press out the bottom, and that's gonna help open it up for bigger cuts. I would say you could probably easily put 2 cooked briskets in here, definitely 2 pork butts in one blanket. Let's get into the FinalRest BBQ Blanket, get it open. Same concept, you've got some extra material in here for when it opens up wider. I will tell you that this feels like it would be harder to damage. I don't know how much damage is gonna come to the inside of these blankets. You know, I think they live a pretty easy life, but I can tell you this just feels a little bit tougher. Same concept, you can fold out the bottom to open it up. Same thing, it would definitely hold 2 briskets or 2 big Boston butts. Both are designed to clean easily, come clean, and to not be absorbent on the inside, to let everything pool up on the inside so it's easy to get out and clean. So as far as the insides go, very similar, almost identical dimensions, and both have the non-absorbent lining on the inside that allows you to safely rest your barbecue. Now let's talk about the insulation and what you can tell as soon as you get your hands on these things. So there's a clear winner here, and there's no debate. Anybody who gets their hands on both of these is going to have the same exact opinion that I do. It's not a debate. The Rest EZ, I can tell you from experience, is going to hold really good temps for up to 2 hours, maybe longer on bigger cuts. And I've used it successfully. I've enjoyed it. I would recommend this as a product. But once you get your hands on it, compared to the FinalRest, and it didn't really stand out to me when this was all I had, but this is just, it's not the same. I would say just from feel and density, we're talking twice the thickness. I don't know how much this reveals, but you've got twice the thickness in the ChefsTemp BBQ Blanket. You've got the sealed off insulated zipper, and you've got the heavier duty outside material. So the question I'll have to ask myself, like, which one would I pick up first? The Rest EZ or the FinalRest? At this point in this evaluation, just based on build quality and feel, I've picked a favorite, but build quality and performance aren't always the same thing. The question is does one of these keep your barbecue hotter for longer? Now, I don't have 2 cuts of meat ready for that test today, but honestly, I'm not in a rush, because when I do that test, I want it to be as fair as possible. I want to be using the same cooker, the same cook, the same protein, the same meat thermometers, and then we'll get to see which one actually performs better, because like I said, it doesn't matter what they feel like, what they look like, none of that matters. When you spend your money, what you want is the best result. So if that sounds like a video you'd like to see, comment yes down in the comment section below. Give me a yes, give me a smoke on. If enough of you want it, we'll put these two head to head and let the results speak for themselves. Let me know down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and smoke on.